Today, I'm mastering Sandy to add to my collection of 24 other masteries. He'll be my 25th mastery, and I'm so glad because he absolutely dominates right now. He's got such a strong hypercharge. His Sandstorm super is game-changing, and his sleep gadget can get you out of so many crazy situations. Not to mention scoring the ball with that gadget is like cheating. I'm starting at Silver 1 with Sandy and 900 trophies. We're gonna be playing on Gem Grab, Wipeout, Hot Zone, and arguably his best mode, Brawl Ball. Yeah, we're gonna be playing lots and lots of Brawl Ball. I'm also gonna be getting him to at least 1,200 trophies. Getting from Silver 1 to Silver 2 is going to be super easy because I'm gonna be playing it on Mega Pig and speed running it through it. I'm also risking it all and playing with my best friend Tyla, who's in a different region, so one of us is always going to have delay, but it's fine. It's just Mega Pig. I mean, Mega Pig's so easy, it doesn't even matter. I'm already at Silver 2. Now we're playing on a few different Brawl Ball maps. We have Rutna, Sunny Soccer, and Sneaky Fields. Brawl Ball is such a great mode for Sandy because of how much area denial he can have with his super. I like to take Rude Sand Star Power instead of healing Winds. The damage from Rude Sands can help you spot out enemies in bushes, and it forces the enemies out of your super, which is exactly what you want. I would maybe only take healing Winds in 5v5 so it maximizes the healing benefits for my teammates, or maybe in a mode where staying alive is super important. I also use his mythic gear, Exhausting Storm, which makes any enemies inside of Sandy's Sandstorm deal 20% less damage. So many reasons to avoid his Sandstorm, and if enemies do decide to take the risk and stay in it, they're gonna be punished for it. So much of the map belongs to you and your team. The absolute best thing about Sandy and Brawl Ball is his gadget, Sweet Dreams. Scoring the ball, stopping tanks or assassin brawlers from killing you, or just to get some positioning. That's only some of the things you can do with this gadget. It is so good. I actually wasn't that great at using his gadget to score at first. I've said it a million times that scoring the ball is not something I'm good at, even with Sandy, but this gadget just forced me to learn. Here are some tips I figured out while trying to score with him. When you're using your gadget, you have to make sure the enemies don't have their invincibility shield on after respawning, or they won't get put to sleep and it'll just ruin your team's positioning because you'll definitely go down. Second, you have to be careful of brawlers that also have knockbacks or stuns because it can ruin your plan to score. And third, the best way to score using the gadget is to do it at max range so you don't have to risk passing the ball to the enemy. Playing on these Brawl Ball maps easily got me to Silver 3 and 1,000 trophies and Gold 1. It is now time to play on Gem Grab. And while I try to win this game, I want to let you guys know about the sponsor of today's video, Honor of Kings. Honor of Kings is the world's most played mobile MOBA. It's already a super popular game with the main mode being a competitive 5v5. The game's finally being released globally. So you pick a character, go down your lane either by yourself or with a teammate, and next thing you know, you're destroying the enemy's towers, trying to get to their base. First team to destroy the enemy's base wins. There's a lot of variables and a lot of strategy involved. There's also a huge selection of heroes based on mythological characters from all over the world, and there's so many different playstyles including long range, mages, tanks, support. You'll definitely find a playstyle you love. I am mainly a support player, and even as a support, I love that I can still carry the entire game. There's also a 1v1 mode or casual game modes if you're a casual player like me. There's an event going on right now where you can claim tons of free gifts in-game. So check out the description and click the link below to download the game for free today. Thank you again, Honor of Kings, for sponsoring this video. We're playing on open space, and I always see Sandy's on this map, and there's a reason why. Gem Grab is also just a great mode for Sandy in general. You throw down your super and get full control of the gem spawn. You'll likely see a lot of pro players avoiding trying to feed Sandy whenever they're facing one because the super is just so game-changing. When the games are of high stakes, the uncertainty of not knowing what's going on in the sandstorm makes it so hard to do anything. On this map, I usually use these walls right here to peek my shots behind. Sandy's shot goes out diagonally from the left, so the left lane would have been better for me so that half my shot doesn't get cut out. You always have to lead with the left side of the shot since that's what will hit first. With the right side of the shot, because it shoots out later, the enemy can definitely see it coming and dodge it very easily. The one thing I absolutely hated about this map was the amount of melodies and Dracos. It's so hard to stop these brawlers from absolutely destroying you, especially as a squishy brawler like Sandy. The only thing you can do is put them to sleep with his gadget, but even then, both Draco and Melody have a thick shield, so sometimes you just gotta do as much damage as possible and accept that you're definitely gonna go down. Sandy did recently get a hypercharge, and oh my goodness, it is such a great hypercharge. It adds 2 huge things to Sandy's super. First, enemies that enter his super get muted for 0.5 seconds, which could be good in modes like Brawl, or if you see an enemy about to use a game-changing super, it could stop them or delay them for a little bit. But the second thing is definitely the best part, and that's the 20% increased speed you get while in his super. And that's not only just for you, that is also for your teammates. In comparison, speed gear only gives you about 15% increased speed in bushes. It just makes it so fun to run up on enemies and ambush them. The hypercharge makes Sandy such a good brawler to pair with almost any other brawler. If you can consistently get supers, he's really good paired with tanks as well as assassin brawlers. Alright, now we're going back to Brawl on Goalkeeper's Dream. This map is filled with Angelos and Melodies and so many long-range brawlers, so you have to use Sandy on the lanes here and use the walls to your advantage to peek shots. Fortunately, I am on the left side this time, which makes it easier for me to hit my shots and help out my mid lane. The good thing about having Sandy against Melody on this map is whenever she tries to score the ball, you can just stun her with your gadget and snatch the ball from her. She's definitely the best ball scorer on this map, and Sandy definitely counters her ability to do that. And now I am finally at rank 31. This next game we're playing against Double Tank Poco Comp, and it's also my last game to rank 32. This is such a fun run it down type of comp. The way it works is Poco uses his tuning fork gadget right from the start to heal his teammates. He's probably also using the Capo Star Power to maximize heals. On top of that, BB is using her Shield Star Power and her healing gadget, which makes her so unkillable because she's getting way too many heals. My teammates are hitting almost all of their shots, yet the BB is still at full health. We're about to get scored on, but then the BB misses the shot. I mean, she could have just walked it in. That's extremely embarrassing for the BB. The Buster tries to clutch it up, but we take him down too. Really embarrassing for the entire team. In theory, that really should have worked. All I gotta do now is put down my Sandstorm and we score the ball. Only issue is the next round because they can just run it down on us again. Buster also has a super this time to block our shots and likely a gadget too. I put down my Sandstorm and I get such a good stun off on all 3 of them. It kills the Poco. My team and I are so freaking low, but we managed to score the ball again. This is why we love Sandy. He's the anti-run it down brawler. So now I am at rank 32. For my rank 33 game, we encountered another Double Tank Poco comp, this time with a Jackie. Both Jackie and Buster have really easy ways to score once they have their supers. Jackie with her speed gadget makes it so easy for her to run it down on us, and unfortunately, that is exactly what they did. But can they do it again? Poco and Jackie both have their supers, which is dangerous for us. But Jackie tries to score on us with her super, and I think she tried trick-shotting off this wall. Kind of embarrassing if she tried that, because she missed pretty bad. And because she went down, we were able to score. I got my supers so many times with this comp because they just fed us like crazy. We can reach them easily, but they gotta work a little harder to reach us, especially once they run out of gadgets. OPE runs up, super shots for an easy goal, bringing me to rank 33. And just a few games after that, I did get to gold 2. Now we're playing on a mode where you really don't see Sandy too often. It's Wipeout. This wipeout map called Infinite Doom is such a fun map because you can play so many different brawlers here and make it work because of all of the grass. You can easily play tanks or long range and even brawlers in between like Sandy. On this map specifically, you do want to take speed gear because most other brawlers will also be taking it, and it's a nice little advantage to have in order to catch up to enemies or run away from them. And again, because of all the grass, Sandy's super with Root Sand star power helps you scout out enemies in the bushes very easily. Sandy's more of a brawler that's good at being a support and not necessarily kills. He only does 1,600 damage per shot, and he doesn't have fast reload speed, so even just to kill a very squishy brawler like Colt, who has 5,600 HP, you would need 4 Sandy shots without damage gear. So you can't just use all 3 shots to kill him and then run away. You have to wait until you get a 4th shot, unless your teammates help you. That's why it's so important to have good teammates with Sandy that can use your Sandstorm to their advantage. Some comps on this map really rely on Sandy's super. It's especially strong if you're very pushed back on a map and you can just use your super to move up and gain some positioning back. One thing I always see people do with Sandy's super, and maybe even more so on this map, is if there is a Sandy on the other team as well, you'll see a lot of people use their Sandstorm on top of the enemy Sandy's Sandstorm. If you're using Root Sands, it kind of cancels out the other Sandy Sandstorm and even kind of your own because you'll now be able to see each other. I only like to do this if I feel like the enemy Sandy Sandstorm might change the entire game, which is kind of most of the time. The last thing you want to do is lose all positioning. After all of those games, I am at 1,200 trophies with Sandy. Things are getting tougher and I'm getting closer and closer to mastering Sandy. For a while, I could not find anyone to play with. Not that many people want to play at such high trophies all the time. I even tilted my Sandy, hoping it would make it easier. I got so desperate. I tried the forbidden looking for a team feature. I still don't know why this feature is here. It rarely ever works. I waited for a whole 15 minutes before I gave up. I felt really dumb. But I did eventually find a team. We played a little bit of Hot Zone on the map Open Zone until I capped out my mastery for the day. I was only around 200 points away from mastering Sandy. So the next day, I finished off completing Sandy's mastery on the map Death Cap Trap. This is such a good map for Sandy. I really love all the walls here. The walls are great on both sides for Sandy to take shots from. And I have successfully mastered Sandy as my 25th mastery. Technically 26 on this account. Make sure you subscribe and watch the rest of my mastery videos to catch up on this series because I am planning on getting all of them.